I assume everyone can handle the orders they have been given? Any questions? Good. Give him hell, boys. Dismissed! Commander, your efforts in this war have earned you a great honor. You, Stavros, and myself will personally lead the direct assault on Moscow. With all the other fronts covered, it is up to us to destroy Stalin's fortifications and remove the Soviet seat of power. You have also earned the right to be the first to test the newest addition to our arsenal, the chronosphere. With this to help you, even Stalin's new Iron Curtain will not be able to stop us.
Einstein wanted me to warn you that the chronosphere could produce unknown side effects. Be careful when using it. Even we do not understand its full power.
Yes. Use it cautiously. Get going, and give Stalin hell. We will see you in Moscow!
Hello, this is Dr. J, back with some more Let's Play Command & Conquer Red Alert here on the final Allied mission. So, a few things to say before we begin. First, obviously the way I've kind of laid out my own little narrative, we've been using the Chronosphere for a while. Basically since we completed the Chronosphere mission, which I think was Allies 8. So, despite what is said in the briefing, we're kind of playing as though this isn't the first time we've used the Chronosphere. And honestly, although they make such a big deal about the Chronosphere in the briefing, it's kind of useless for this mission. I mean, there's little tricks you can do with it, but it's really not that useful. And it's weird to me that they don't give it to you until the very last mission, and then there's not even that much you can do with it in the mission where they give it to you. Secondly, I just wanted to bring up the text briefing real quick. It says, "This is it, the final confrontation. The Soviets have nowhere to run now. The only thing that remains is to topple the Soviet seat of power, destroy everything to make sure that no one takes Stalin's place. No sorrow, no pity, no remorse." I just wanted to bring this up because no remorse internally is the name of this mission, and I think that's kind of cool. So this begins as a commando mission. We have very little in the way of forces to work with. Just Tanya and a couple of thieves. Our starting credits are so poor that it's pretty clear that we're going to need to use the thieves to steal some credits. We also start near explosive barrels that the enemy tries to detonate to kill us in a quick, cheesy defeat. Also, the starting enemies that we face are the Brown faction, which, as I've previously discussed, is internally coded as allies. So all the enemies we're killing right now and the structures we're going to destroy are unfortunately going to count as our own casualties due to that bug. That was real close. They should have used the Orange faction. Okay. That was real sneaky. Well, that's a restart. Alright, let's remember that there's a grenadier hiding behind that tree. Get away from those barrels. Okay. Can't destroy the barrels if I destroy them first. Okay, so we'll remember that guy's there so that doesn't happen again. Westwood loves placing enemy infantry behind trees so you can do sneaky things like that. But yeah, I don't think the Orange faction appears anywhere in this level, and Orange does count as Soviet, so he should have used Orange instead of Brown here. Oh well. Life goes on. Whoops. Misclicked. Oh god, the dog. Whew, that was close. Alright, we got that sneaky so-and-so that time. Oh. So yeah, I like the way the final mission starts with, uh-oh, you haven't used Tanya, starting as a commando mission, so it doesn't just dive straight into the big base building segment. Some enjoyable variety that way. And that you have to use thieves in order to get some money, so, you know, there's that little puzzly element. I don't know why Tanya was trying to charge right up in range of those guys. That wasn't very smart. Okay, here we can obviously destroy a bunch of power to bring enemy Tesla coils offline. Okay, we are being attacked from every which way. I'm going to slow things down to make it a little more manageable. I think we're going to want to deal with one flank first and not try to deal with both of them at the same time. Okay, so we got that flank. Now let's deal with the guys coming from the other direction. And then this guy. And then this guy. And then let's real quickly try to get these explosive barrels to get these guys who are coming out of the Chinook. Go, go, go. Nice. Okay. Speed things back up. Take out more power plants. I think that there were some shenanigans we could have done to destroy that truck by shooting it and then shooting the explosive barrels when the truck was next to them. So we're going to have to go get the truck later, I guess. Uh-oh, dog. That was close again. Tesla coils offline because... Oh, okay. 2 dogs. No, 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 no. Shoot. And shoot. There we go. Because we got the power. Thus the Tesla coils are offline. Now we let the truck get away. Unfortunate. What? What are you doing? Idiot! God, my troops are morons. Even Tanya. God. I did not order her to do that. Alright, let's get the enemy construction yard. Get the thieves into the silos. And now that we have enough credits, we can actually build a base. Reinforcements arrive. Up to the north. We'll see if we can have Tanya rendezvous with them. The game doesn't care if Tanya dies in this mission. I guess because it's the final Allied mission. Kind of makes sense. Even if we lose our best commando, if we win this mission, we win the war. Alright, so we might as well go ahead and set up here where we're absolutely surrounded by ore. Too bad we let the truck get away, or we could have gotten even more money, but we'll just have to make do. We might be able to find the truck and destroy it later. Alright, so the enemy is going to attack us very, very heavily in this mission, of course. Oh, and Brown has sold its base. Okay, Tanya's dead because I was trying to deploy the barracks. Probably should have concentrated on the fight instead. Oh well. Again, we'll make do. So yeah, Brown sold off their base and just charged with everything once we started building ours. It is a shame we lost Tanya. She could have been useful. If we had gotten her inside the enemy base, she could have C4'd buildings left and right, but we don't need her to win. I'll do some early scouting, even though once we get our tech center up, it'll eventually give us the whole map for free. It'll still be useful to start seeing what's what a little earlier than that. Used a ranger to scout the immediate surroundings. And now the final mission begins proper. And I might as well make a scum save here, since we've gotten through the opening segment. We didn't get through the opening segment particularly well, since we let the money truck get away and we lost Tanya, but whatever. This should be good enough. Yeah, so the enemy is going to attack us very ferociously, this being the final mission. It would be kind of ridiculous if they didn't. So we're going to need to be ready for a lot of Soviet attacks on our position. Luckily, we do start off with several tanks, which will be enough to hold the enemy off in the early stages. I might as well see if there's a money crate under the church, as there so often is. Okay, I understand if you have some moral qualms about this, but don't worry, it's a digital church. Just like you're a digital man in a digital artillery. You're not destroying a real church. And there was a money crate underneath it. Excellent. That helps make up for the fact that we let the money truck go. Okay, so about those attacks. I think we're probably going to lose that refinery. Okay, let's slow things down to a more manageable speed. The enemy is attacking us real heavily from the very start. Okay, we lost our power plant. Let's build a replacement. Oh, we have no power whatsoever. That means it's going to take an absolute age to replace the power plant. Honestly, that's a restart. I'm glad I made the scum save then. Okay, since we know that's going to happen, let's build some rocket soldiers. And since we know the enemy is going to attack from the south, let's deploy down there. Use the knowledge we just gained. I'm not thrilled with the fact that the MiGs immediately destroyed the power plant, giving us 0 power, and that from 0 power it takes ages to rebuild your power. That basically was a mission failed, in all honesty. It was a very smart thing for the computer to do. It was also a very obnoxious thing for the computer to do. Hopefully a bunch of rocket soldiers will be enough to shoot down some MiGs and prevent that from happening again. Okay, they're going for it immediately. Okay, that's a restart again. I think this is pretty obnoxious, to be honest. I'm not thrilled with this little bit of mission design. Fine, we'll immediately build a backup power plant then. Irritating. Dude, go there and destroy it. There we go. Go there, please. I clicked there for a reason. The reason was I wanted you to go there. Apparently, advanced power plants are slightly more durable than their non-advanced cousins. Good to know. Alright, let's intercept this attack force. I don't mind at all that the enemy attacks you heavily in the final mission. They obviously should. But that MiG assault on your power feels kind of cheap. Alright, let's get up a radar dome so we can put up anti-aircraft. Put a stop to this annoyance. Because that's going to get irritating in a hurry. And then I think we're actually going to want to build quite a lot of static defenses in this mission. Alright, AA guns next. Looks like an infantry attack incoming, and since we lost Tanya, we don't have basically an infinite anti-infantry defense. Okay, the rocket soldiers we've got and the 1 AA gun should hopefully be enough. I think I'm going to go for defenses next. Then another refinery, and then war factory. Securing our position and getting an economy going are going to be our first priority. Alright, we know they attack from this direction. They'll attack from every which way, I'm sure. We'll have 1 turret and 1 pillbox at each entrance to our base.
Construction complete. Building.
Okay, we are gradually securing ourselves.
Construction complete. Building.
Bit of breathing room here for a moment. Aha! They're probably intending to Iron Curtain this guy. Oh, there's 2 of them. Alright. Q move, Q move, Q move, and we might be able to deal with this. Maybe. Alright, that's one of our guys down. We're not going to be able to handle this. Okay, pull back to the base. Let's have 2 turrets waiting for him. One of them is at least... Oh, geez, you didn't even get him below half hit points. That's not great. Alright, another tank down. Well, this is why we're investing so heavily in defenses. Not good. Not good at all. Okay, that's 1 turret down. Are my guys... Yes, they're dividing their attacks. Which is exactly what you're not supposed to do. We definitely need more power. We're hanging on by the skin of our teeth. Again, it does not bother me that the enemy attacks are so fearsome in the final mission, because they should be. It should be a difficult mission. We're assaulting the enemy capital. So this is good. Okay, 2 turrets here. I'm going to hold off on the pillbox for now. Next up, another... No, we're going to go War Factory and then build another couple ore trucks, I think. Silos needed. How? I guess because I don't have a War Factory, so I'm basically only building structures right now. You know what? Maybe we want another turret down there as well. I didn't know that mammoths could outrange turrets. That's bizarre. Doesn't seem right. Almost seems like a bug more than anything. I think it probably is. I know that if you attack from certain angles, you effectively have better range. Okay. Good. So yeah, I'm actually going to go for the War Factory next, and then a couple ore trucks out of the War Factory so that we don't have the holdup of building construction while we're waiting on another refinery. Alright, our position is reasonably secure. Not as secure against air attacks as I would like, with just 1 AA gun and a couple rocket infantry, but we can't spend all of our time and money on defense. It is nice that they at least give you a huge amount of ore around your base here. Okay, so there's the Iron Curtained Mammoth tank. The MiGs are still going for our power. Okay, so he wants to kill the ore truck, so let's just have him go on a merry chase. What'd he shoot at? I was looking at the sidebar. Okay, well, he's going to die with 2 turrets shooting at him. More power, and then a tech center. Oh, that's sneaky. Okay, let's slow things down so we can deal with that. Oh, are they going around this way? Okay, the smart thing would have been to go that way because I have no defenses, but sure. We're fine then. That could have been pretty dangerous, but they did not go the intelligent direction. Okay, we're going to build another pillbox there, apparently, just in case they do another drop and do the next one more intelligently. Get harvesting. They probably have dogs everywhere, so I'm reluctant to try a spy. Maybe I'll try one. Alright, tech center next, so that we can begin working toward that GPS satellite, which honestly is maybe the Allies' best ability in the entire game. Okay, another attack coming from the south. We've got enough defenses there to at least be a stumbling block. I don't think I'm going to even bother with a chronosphere in this mission. Okay, go ahead and destroy that fence. Alright, harvest up here, I guess. 4 ore trucks and 2 refineries should do for a while. I might want another AA gun near that. I'm not sure. Alright, so now our GPS satellite is charging. And we can build thieves in this mission. Don't know if we'll bother with more thieves. Maybe if the enemy ends up with a very exposed ore silo, we can try it. Oh, there was a dog, but the dog was not on the ball, and he missed his chance to eat. Oh, well, that one got him. Okay, that's kind of what I expected. Too many dogs to really make good use of spies then. Where are you going? How about you harvest from there? Still trying to take out our power. We can probably build another war factory now with... Oops! I meant shift, not control. With 4 ore trucks harvesting, we should be pulling in money pretty fast, I expect. Oh yeah, the artillery will be able to take care of these guys. Artillery plus pillbox should handle this attack. Handled. Oh, here comes the southern attack. Ha! Nice try. Oh, and we're being attacked from the west simultaneously by a pretty substantial force. Okay, okay. Fair enough. How's the southern fight going? Okay, the Iron Curtain, so it's not going well. Well, this is a pretty good attack by the enemy. Attacking from 2 sides at once, and both attacks were, I mean, not huge, but by the AI standards, they were pretty good. There's actually a limit to how many units the AI can attack with at a time, a practical limit. I think I mentioned this in my Command & Conquer playthrough, that typically the enemy teams that they build navigate via waypoints that get placed in various locations around the map. And if more than 5 vehicles try to navigate to the same waypoint, a traffic jam ensues and they all get stuck. Which means 5 is the highest limit in practical terms for the number of vehicles you can put in a single team. If you go beyond that, they're very likely to get stuck when navigating to various waypoints. And even 5 can get stuck. 4 is safer. 4 vehicles will rarely, if ever, get stuck at a waypoint, as long as they have enough space. So that's why you basically never see the AI attacking with, like, 10 vehicles in one group in this game. They would just obstruct each other and get stuck. Now there's other things you can do, like have the AI build a large team, and instead of having it navigate to any waypoints, you just set it to, like, hunt mode. But that has its own issues. Okay, that went pretty well. There goes our GPS rocket. It sure is. That's another substantial attack force. Alright, we lost another defensive structure. Let's get to replacing it. Turret, turret, turret. There it is. Okay, an Iron Curtain Mammoth is just waltzing into our base. We can't really do anything about that until it becomes vulnerable. But it's obsessed with... That's actually pretty smart, unintentionally so, blocking my refinery like that. But since it was obsessed with destroying my power plant, it wasn't really able to accomplish much. Well, we are hanging on, and we are gradually building more units than they're destroying. We are, of course, going to want a ridiculously huge force for our assault in this mission. Oh, they managed to destroy the camo pillbox with their final attack. We still have quite a bit of ore around our position, which is good. It'll be nice if we can build enough units with just the ore around our starting base to just attack and wipe the enemy off the entire map. Because this will take a long time if we have to start using other ore sources. I might build even yet another ore refinery. This is the final mission, so we really want to go all out with our economy and our production. So now that we can see the whole map, here's the enemy's massive sprawling base. I am pretty sure that this forward command post and this church and this area, this is supposed to be, I think, the Red Square in Moscow. And this is supposed to be St. Basil's Cathedral, and this is supposed to be the Kremlin. That almost has to be the case. Okay, guys, fight back. Which sort of illustrates the limitations of the tile sets and the civilian structures in the original Red Alert and Command & Conquer. This obviously isn't just supposed to be like the rural outskirts of Moscow. This is supposed to be the city of Moscow, since that's supposed to be the Red Square. But obviously it doesn't really look like an urban landscape at all. It's just more of the wilderness, and then a big military base. So yeah, it just doesn't look like a city, because there really is no way to build a map that looks like an urban landscape with the graphics available in this engine. Now, in my opinion, the urban battle maps are actually overdone in the sequels. It sometimes, to me, feels like almost every single map is battling in a major city. And it gets kind of repetitive. And I actually really like the tile sets that are used in the original Command & Conquer and Red Alert. And I like that it's mostly wilderness and small civilian towns and villages. So for the most part, the map graphics in CMC and Red Alert, I actually really like them. But it is admittedly a limitation that they just cannot represent urban battlefields. And admittedly, it is therefore kind of more versatile that, for example, Red Alert 2 it does have the ability to do a better job of representing urban battlefields. And Tiberian Sun, to some extent. But as I said, I actually think that the number of battles that take place in urban environments are overdone in the sequels. I actually really like the urban environments that appear in Tiberian Sun because they're like Tiberium overgrown wasteland urban battlescapes, which I think are very haunting and cool looking. Whereas just ordinary modern urban landscapes I mostly just find ugly. I've mentioned in a few of my LPs, I'm not a city person. If you're somebody who likes living in a city, like, that's fine. Nothing against you, but I hate them. I find them hideous. There's just nothing alive in a big urban landscape. It's just all gray, concrete, metal. And the proportions with, like, giant skyscrapers everywhere are very inhuman. I like rural life. All the nature, all the greenery. It's just very human-scaled when you've got small towns and stuff. Okay, so we are actually pulling in more money than we can even spend, even when we have 2 war factories. That's not a bad position to be in. Maybe we should build a 3rd war factory and be able to crank out tanks even faster. Oh, they're attacking our ore truck, who's don't even know what he thinks he's harvesting there. Oh, apparently gems. Okay. Let's go say hello to those tanks down there. Get wrecked. Okay. What did they strafe? Looks like my power plant again. So I guess the airstrikes in this mission are really programmed or scripted to target your power very aggressively. Which is pretty smart, though again I think it's a little cheap that there's a huge squadron of MiGs that targets your power immediately. Because if they succeed in wiping out your only power plant, well, you're pretty much screwed. It's going to take so long to replace it that the enemy is going to overrun your position by then. What happened to my AA gun? Must have gotten destroyed. Oh, it's just out of position. It's over there. Okay. Excuse me, wow. I think I need more water. Man, talking so much while LPing. It's a little hard on the voice sometimes. Yeah, okay, they're stepping up their airstrikes again, so let's be more aggressive with the anti-air attacks. Or anti-air defenses, not attacks. Quite the opposite of an attack, really. Okay, I hear more fighting and death. Okay, they're attacking our ore trucks some more. Maybe we should harvest up there for now. Safer. And let's go thank those tanks for their kindness in attacking our ore trucks. We have a big enough tank force now, we can probably start an assault. I doubt we'll be able to clear the whole map with it, but we can start doing some real damage. And any more tanks we build, we'll just leave back at our base to defend. Start on a third war factory. Okay, wow, that is an attack force. Holy. Holy smokes. Okay, hold on. Let's slow things down. Okay, that guy's dead. I hadn't really been intending to attack through the center here, but I guess it's kind of happening. Because we saw a pretty huge enemy group here, and we had to divert to destroy it, and that just kind of pulled us here into this center land bridge. Okay, that's that Tesla coil down. Let's now divert to the south and wipe out what they've got down here. This secondary base is what we're going to destroy. We certainly have enough forces to do that. Oops. Even with the terrible pathing. Okay, this guy should not go that way, though. Oh, hello. Okay, let's keep cranking out the tanks. How are things back at base? Our base is under attack. Well, as usual. Okay. Let's assault their secondary southern base. If we can wipe this out, it'll ease the pressure on our position. Because this base, I think, is the source of quite a few attacks. Some of which are Iron Curtain attacks. Okay, things are still looking okay here. Let's get that annoying hind. Alright. Okay, and then they sell off. I'm glad they do that. And don't make us wipe out every last vestige of them manually. And next up is the enemy's main base. I think we can do pretty serious damage even to that with this force. Again, I doubt we'll clear it, but if we can set them back on their heels, that'll be good. And then follow up with the second wave, and maybe that'll be the hammer blow. Finish them off. We'll anger them by destroying their ore truck. Those MiG attacks are just going to do a lot of damage to our tank force, and there's not a whole lot we're going to be able to do about it. We're just going to have to suck it up. Fortunately, we are luring their tank force out of the base so that we can wipe them out apart from their defenses. We have so many tanks, we can basically just make a moving wave of armor for crushing purposes. Alright, get those glass cannon V2s. Keep Q moving. Greatly extend our lifespans. This is a pretty fun final mission. I quite like it. Just this huge, gigantic battle after the initial commando segment with Tanya. I mean, that's what the final mission should be, right? A gigantic battle against everything the enemy can throw at you. And that's exactly what it is. Alright, let's take out the enemy's air. It is causing us huge problems. And yeah, as I thought, this force isn't going to deal the finishing blow, but we're doing a fair amount of damage. If I can take out their construction yard, that'll be great, but I'm doubtful that we'll be able to do that. Okay, good. They might rebuild those airfields, but that should relieve our pressure on the aerial front for a while. Okay, well that assault is done, but it's time for Wave 2. Might as well attack through the same direction because it's weakened. So rather than attack from a direction where their defenses are still fully intact, punch through the hole we've made. But yeah, imagine if you had this engine, you know, maybe with better pathing and better AI, with this tile set, or these tile sets, but with the addition of an urban tile set, or maybe just a bunch of urban buildings and, you know, some concrete roads and stuff. That would be amazing. Like, seriously, being able to play these games, Command & Conquer and Red Alert, with the addition of actual cityscapes. Man, that would be amazing. That would be so awesome. And if you put both the temperate, or not both means two, if you put all of the temperate and the winter and the desert tile set, desert from Command & Conquer, winter from Red Alert, and temperate from both, into the same game, and then added a city tile set, oh my gosh, that would be so cool. Now, I know that there's the Red Alert Online, or whatever it's called, the fan game, that sort of takes this engine as a rough base and these graphics, and then kind of modernizes it a bit, and that does have the temperate, winter, and desert tile sets all in the same game, which is way cool. I really like that. But it doesn't have a city tile set that I'm aware of. I think that's something nobody's ever done. Alright, let's take out this Tesla coil. Man, we have a lot of concrete wall to blast through. We've got so many tanks, we get it done. Get this construction yard so that they won't rebuild. Get the missile silo. I don't know if they ever launch a nuke in this mission, but let's make sure they don't. Get the Kremlin. Hopefully Stalin's in there. Get wrecked, Stalin. I don't know why we're going to destroy St. Basil's Cathedral, but we are. Alright, and now let's get this, this Tesla coil next. Alright, good. Every building we destroy should be permanently gone now. I don't think they have any other construction yards. Excellent. Let's get the war factory. Now the barracks. Okay, V2, Mammoth. Keep moving around. Squash infantry is just incidental damage. Next, Tesla coil. Keep Q moving. Good. Get the war factory. Unlike the player, the AI actually can build from multiple production structures simultaneously. They don't just allow them to build faster. They literally just build from both at the same time. Okay, now get the refinery. They already have no production of infantry or vehicles. Now they should have no economy. Get the helipad, and they'll have no aerial vehicles either, so their production and economy will be 100% shut down. Still, they're not selling off. They have not declared defeat, even though we destroyed the Kremlin and all their production structures. Well, I guess these would be the Soviets' elite forces, so they're just hanging on to the bitter end, I guess. It's a mop-up operation now. Alright, well, let's begin preparing the final wave. We will eventually lose these tanks just to riflemen that come out of the buildings we're destroying. Actually, yeah, let's focus on anti-infantry units now. Rangers and artillery. Okay, here's wave 3. I'm hoping this will be enough to finish them. Actually, let's go through the middle. Take out all their power, and then we won't have to worry about this Tesla coil. Alright, I think we can speed things up for the mop-up. Would be nice if the main Soviet base, like the secondary base to the south, was gentlemanly enough to sell off and charge once you destroy all their production, but they're not. Okay, minus the ore truck. We don't want it in the attack group, although that would be amusing. All these flame turrets. Those are all anti-infantry mines, so we don't care about them. Because we're smart players and we attack almost exclusively with tanks. The mighty tank rush. Alright. Mop up begin. Stalin lying in the rubble here in the destroyed Kremlin, presumably. We'll see what happened to him in the ending sequence, of course. And General Stavros's hatred and rage toward the Soviets for destroying Greece is finally going to come to fruition in the ending sequence. Not a whole lot left. I guess we got nuked. We got nuked. Didn't we take out their missile silo? I thought we did. Okay, well, a futile gesture. It's too bad that they got our construction yard. Can we build an MCV? We cannot. Okay. Well, that's going to make the mop-up a little more annoying, I suppose. Not being able to see the whole map. Fine. Okay, we know that there were more structures to the east of here. Alright, there's actual fight. Whoa, not delete mission. Game controls. There's actual fighting to be done now, so let's go down to battle speed. Their Tesla coil should be offline. I think I got all their power. They had quite the power farm. Charge. Yep, indeed, their Tesla coil is offline. Let's let's just get the flame turrets.
Reporting acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Reporting acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. We acknowledge.
Mission accomplished.
All right. Well played to us. The Soviet Union has fallen. And as usual, my score screen bugs out and has this long hiccup while it counts up the enemy casualties. And then suddenly jumps way ahead. So yeah, we didn't lose anywhere near 22 buildings. Like I said, all those brown casualties counted as ours. Alright, well, now that the Allies have finally won a hard-earned victory after countless losses and devastation, and the entire continent of Europe is basically a war-torn wasteland now, but finally, the nightmare is over. Onward to the ending.
Over here! I found someone! Jeez Louise! It's Stalin!
Figures that bastard would survive.
Well, orders are orders. Come on. Help me get him out of here.
Private, what do you think you're doing?
Sir, it's Stalin. He's still alive.
Private, I don't see anyone there.
Right here, sir.
I don't believe you heard me, Private. I don't see anyone here. Do you?
No, sir. I don't see anyone. Must have been the wind I heard.
That's what I thought. Now move out.
It's a pretty low-key ending. It's almost kind of, oh, what's the word? Melancholy isn't quite right. General Stavros finally got his revenge for the destruction of Greece, and so it's a moment of triumph for him. But somehow the ending itself doesn't really feel all that triumphant. Also, weird graphical glitches going on in the background. It's supposed to be displaying like various video scenes, I think. Oh well, let's just ignore that graphical weirdness going on. But I certainly have no sympathy for Stalin. I mean, he's one of history's greatest monsters, responsible for killing tens of millions of people. Screw that guy. As far as I'm concerned, General Stavros did the fictional alternate history world of Red Alert a favor by killing that guy instead of having him be saved. And I mean, I suppose he'd stand trial and get executed or whatever, but yeah, like I said, kind of a low-key ending that just feels more... I'm really having trouble thinking of the words. It's just not this happy feeling of triumphant success. It's more like a bitter triumph, really. Kind of a Pyrrhic victory. But that was Command & Conquer Red Alert, the Allied side, the main campaign, and all of the Counterstrike and all of the Aftermath missions. A lot of fun. I have mostly really enjoyed playing through this again. There's one or two missions I don't really like all that much. Absolute Madness being the worst offender. That mission just irritates me for some reason, but 97% of my time replaying through the game has been an absolute blast. Love this game. Here we've got the cast. Well done to them. I mean, I guess they're not A-grade celebrity super actors, but as far as I'm concerned, they did a good job. Interesting how they were able to find somebody who really looks a lot like Stalin, at least in his middle age rather than in his old age. But I mean, you can find lookalikes for basically any major historical personage. Of course, we are only halfway done with the game, because now we have to do the entire Soviet side, the main campaign and all of their expansion missions. The Allied side is, as previously mentioned, canonical as far as the Red Alert timeline is concerned. So it was this ending that leads into Red Alert 2. The Soviet ending leads into my custom campaign for this game, Red Alert Alternative. My campaign is based around the idea that the Soviets won the war. Of course, from here, the official Red Alert games become very silly and deliberately very campy. Unlike this game, they don't play it straight. They are basically a combination of softcore porn and campy comedy scenes, as far as the story is concerned. I do much prefer the story of the Command & Conquer universe, especially the first two games, Tiberian Dawn and Tiberian Sun. I think the story there is like first-rate, grade A, really cool, really interesting. The story here in the first Red Alert, when it's actually taking itself kind of seriously, is also pretty cool. But yeah, from after this game, the Red Alert franchise just becomes goofy as all heck. As I mentioned in one of the earlier episodes, I actually prefer the story of Red Alert 3 to Red Alert 2, just because they took the silliness, dialed it all the way up to 11, whereas Red Alert 2 only has it at like 9 or 10. And if you're going for campy, then just like go all the way. But that's the Allied campaign done. The Allies have won, the Soviet Union is vanquished. Next up, we start on the Soviet missions for a non-canonical look at how the war could have gone had the Soviets won. Hopefully, you'll join me for that, and I'll see you then.